So if you're looking for the best blogging platform, and you look at Blogger versus WordPress versus Typepad, here's what I think about the differences between those and what I recommend, which is not what most people recommend. So you might want to listen to this extra careful if you're at the point where you're trying to pick a blogging platform. Blogger.com, pretty much everybody agrees that's out. It's a free service, which is great. Saving money is good, especially as an entrepreneur with limited resources. But Blogger is free, but it kind of looks free and acts free. Other people don't take it seriously. I've even heard rumors that search engines discount blogs on Blogger because they know it's a free service. They don't think you're for real as a business. So Blogger I would push aside, although free is nice. WordPress. Most people will recommend WordPress. There's two types of WordPress, WordPress.org and WordPress.com. WordPress.org is more for techies if you want to be part of the open source movement and install the software yourself and run a blog for free. Great stuff. The problem is you have to be a techie to understand what's going on. And it's a bit too complicated for the average person who is getting into this because they are a business person first, not a techie person trying to be businesslike. So if you're a business person, I think WordPress.org is far too complicated. Now the number one recommendation that's left for most gurus who will give you advice about online software and blogging platforms and so forth is WordPress.com. Now, WordPress.com is a big step forward from WordPress.org because it's hosted software. Hosted software means you don't have to install it, you don't have to run your own server. You access the whole thing through your browser, through Internet Explorer or Firefox. You can do it all online. This is a huge advance. It's the solution approach I recommend in my first book, Internet Riches, what used to be called application service providers, ASPs, today more commonly called SaaS, software as a service, or hosted. All of that is good. If you are a business person who is new to technology or doesn't want to spend your time on technology, you want a hosted solution. Just access it through the web, let the company that's providing it do all the heavy lifting. So that applies to both WordPress and Typepad. WordPress.com, that is, WordPress.com, not .org necessarily. WordPress.com then is the number one recommendation. It's free, and it offers all kinds of tools that they call plugins that you can add yourself to increase the functionality of your blog. But that's the problem. That's why I recommend Typepad and not WordPress.com. Why? Because all those plugins that you can add in yourself, they're a huge pain in the ass. You have to constantly configure WordPress.com to keep up with latest versions and put these plugins in and out, which may or may not be supported, which may or may not be thoroughly tested and compatible with your blog. They can do some amazing things, but you spend a lot of time tweaking. And maintaining your blog. And if you're new to online business, or if you're an experienced online business person and your focus is making money and not tweaking the technology, then WordPress is too complex. It's a great program and it's free, but I don't want you spending your time tweaking the settings on your blog all day. I want you to be building your business. Marketing, creating products, attracting customers, building relationships. That's the core of business, not tweaking the heck out of your blog. So, what is my recommendation? My recommendation is Typepad, typepad.com. Typepad.com is not free, although there is, I think, a 14-day trial. Typepad.com is a hosted service, so you don't have to worry about installing the software. It offers lots of functionality. You can you have feeds that come out of it and different widgets you can install, and you can optimize your pages for search engine optimization. But most of all, it's easy to use publishing system. It's a blog-based system, so you can publish things easily. You can even use the Typepad blogging system to create a traditional website that isn't updated daily like a blog. I like Typepad so much, it's what I use to run scottfox.com. Why? Couldn't I have a bigger, fancier website? Well, go visit scottfox.com and you'll see it's not the fanciest website in the world. Definitely not. In fact, it needs a pretty good upgrade. But when I upgrade it, am I going to go build a fancier system? No, I'm going to keep using Typepad because it's very flexible and I can upgrade within that system. And here's the key. I can administrate the whole site and a bunch of others that I run on the same account, for example, by the way. I can administrate that whole thing myself. And what does it cost? It's not free. $14.95 a month. Okay, now I know that's a long way from free, but $15 a month, that's quite easily less than you'll spend on lunch today. So Typepad.com is my recommendation. There are more details about this at scottfox.com. If you click on the vendor recommendations section, you can see some details and screenshots and so forth why I think Typepad.com is a winning platform for you if you're looking for blog hosting or even general website hosting. Typepad.com, my preference, my official Scott Fox recommendation over WordPress, which is the more popular recommendation, but which I think it's just too techy. I don't have time for it, and I don't think you should either. If you're a techie first, go ahead, knock yourself out. But if you're a business person who's using technology as a tool to make money, which is how I use technology, then I would use a platform that makes it as easy as possible for you to get going, doesn't require much maintenance, and honestly, I'm willing to pay a couple bucks a month for the privilege of having a service that works that I don't have to maintain. So that's my recommendation, Typepad.com. I hope that's helpful to you. You can visit scottfox.com and get more recommendations like this. Vendor recommendations is a section there, and I talk about my best recommendations for email marketing programs and hosting and site building and hosting blog programs like this and affiliate programs and all sorts of other things. So I hope that's helpful to you. scottfox.com is the place, because you're watching the Scott Fox Show. If you'd like other clips like this, you can look for me on YouTube and subscribe to my clips and online videos there, and we'll be happy to see more of you anytime. So that's my recommendation, typepad.com.